So, the iPod. Absolute shambles if you ask me. Wanna know my first Apple product? Boom! An iPod. And Beso just a beefy Apple Watch with a bougie clip. Just to make a couple things clear. No, you can't use Bluetooth headphones. Yes, I have AirPods, fight me. And even though you millennials with your notches might not believe it, it wasn't a phone either. It was just to play music. Proper bops as well though. And yes, that means it does, in fact, definitely 100% got a headphone jack. And while we're looking down there, you'll notice a funny port. What's that long boy? Say hello to the 30-pin dot connector for all your home bargain hi-fi needs. With being the preceded to Lightning, you can see the improvements. However, that doesn't mean that this was an absolute gangster of a port. I mean, look at that thing connect to iTunes like a boss. Ignore the name and giggage.
I'm going to be real with you for a sec. I bought this at a car boot sale, as you normally do, and it's got a fat crack that's not really noticeable. See, the weird thing is that even though this was made in 2009, it's still very usable, still holds a decent charge compared to my other iPods. Yes, I have more, don't ask. And even though it's got 8 gigs, it's got around like 300 songs on it. It's absolute madness, alright? Absolute fucking shambles, mate. But yeah, people always tend to say, well, why don't you get like an iPhone or an iPod Touch? It's like the same thing. The problem is that... Shit, I didn't think of that point through. Onto the B-roll!
People would argue that this was the best iPod ever. I personally beg to differ. It has everything you'd want and need out of a classic styled iPod. The click wheel, the humongous screen, the tapered shape, and let's not forget those mad tunes.
But to answer the question, long story cut short, should you buy any iPod in 2019? Well, really, it depends if you have any downloaded iTunes albums and don't use Apple Music, in which case you should use Apple Music and not buy the iPod because you can't use Bluetooth. Now, but if you have a lot of downloaded albums, you might want to get an iPod of any sort of generation or standard because it might be an easy way to delete all your stuff on your iPhone if you have 16 gigs or 32 gigs and you need more space for all of your nudes because you're a Snapchat thought.